hello everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Cooking with Greg. And today I got a recipe that I think everybody's going to like. It's quick, it's easy, and it's pretty much a set it and forget it recipe, and it involves using a venison roast. Now I have in front of me what we call a football roast, which is off the hind quarter of a whitetail. This is deer I killed last year in South Dakota. It's probably a 2.5 to 3 pound roast, probably closer to 2.5. And what I'm going to do is make a complete meal here using a slow cooker. So what I've done is I've already put about two cups of water in this slow cooker, and it's pretty warm already. Now I'm going to take this chicken soup base. I'm going to use about a half a tablespoon, put that in the water. Now that's got kind of a sweet flavor to it, and there's a reason for that. Because next, I'm going to use a package of Lipton dry onion soup. This stuff has great flavor too, though it's a little more salty, so that's the reason for using the chicken soup base, is to kind of level this out as far as the sweet and the salty. That's going to go in there. And then I use a fork to just kind of mix that up. And this is set on low. The slow cooker is set on low. That's all the warmer it's going to get is on low. Now, next thing we're going to do is put the roast in the water. The Lipton soup actually calls for 4 cups of water. I've only got 2 in here because this is going to produce some moisture, some water, and so are the vegetables. So this is going to go directly into that soup mix, that chicken base mix, and that'll keep that roast from drying out. That's why that goes on the bottom. Next thing we're going to do is stack our vegetables on top. So what I've got here are what they call mini Dutch yellow potatoes. Now these have more of a buttery, sweet flavor to them as well, because there's a lot of salt in here with the Lipton soup base mix. I've got some carrots, some baby carrots, and I've got rutabagas because my family really enjoys the taste of cooked rutabagas. So I'm going to start stacking this stuff on top. Now the baby carrots are going to go in last. The potatoes are going in first because they'll be closer to the heat of the soup mix. They're going to go directly on top of the roast. Next is going to be the rutabaga. I may not get all this in here, so I'll put in what I can. Just stacked on there any which way. That's probably enough. And then the carrots on top of that, because it takes less time for these to cook, so they're going to sit on top. They will cook last because the heat will be coming up from the bottom. Maybe able to get one more piece of rutabaga in there. That's it. There's no further seasonings. There's no salt. There's no pepper on top of this. I just go with what I've got there. And now this is going to cook for around 7 to 8 hours. So this is one of those, like I said, set and forget meals, which you can prepare this in the morning, set your slow cooker, come home from work, and it's done. So we're going to check on this in about 7.5 to 8 hours and see how we've done. Well, okay, it's been about 7 hours, just a hair over 7 hours, and now we're going to check this out. First thing I'm going to do, because I know it's done, is I'm going to take all the vegetables out of there and put them in a warming dish and set those aside till I take the meat out. Oh yeah, they're done perfectly. They're not mushy. They're done, but they're not mushy. You know, they still got just a little bit of snap to them, which is perfect in my opinion. Now I'm going to take the spoon and scoop out a little bit of that juice that we created with the Lipton onion soup mix and the chicken soup base and put it in with the vegetables. Just a little bit on the bottom of this warming dish. Then I'm going to set that back here on the stove and just turn it on a very low simmer setting. And now we're going to try and get this roast out of here in one piece. And it's not going to be a problem. There you go. You can see it shrunk up a little bit, but still very good size. Okay, so now we're going to cut this across grain, and hopefully it's nice and tender. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Look at this. Perfect. And I'll show you a little secret I do with this. Once I get it all sliced up, is I am going to go back into our juice with this to moisten it up and to keep it warm. And there we go. And then we have our roast. Ooh, it's tender. And there you go. Enjoy. Venison roast in the slow cooker. No fuss, no muss. Set it, forget it. 7 hours later, you've got dinner. Make sure you tune in next time for the next installment of Cooking with Greg.